Hello, 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 and eh,
Oh, it
eh,
restarted? Hello.
and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's been a few months since we've last played.
Well, I mean, depending on your upload schedule, they might not know.
It's been a few months since the last episode got uploaded.
Oh, okay.
So here's what I wanted to do. Last time, I got some new stuff.
Amiibo.
Oh hey, new music.
Hmm.
And so far, appeared. So this is the surprise I had for last time, but my controller died instead.
Stuff happens, you know?
So I just had all of this just kind of sitting in a box for a couple of months. Okay, so that one I've already gotten, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 amiibos. So we got a whole bunch of stuff scanned in, y'all.
No.
So where are all the rewards? Where do they all spawn in at?
I don't know.
Mal? Eh. Psh, 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 psh. Okay. Inventory items. Cinnamon. Everyone has a few extra things that they don't really need. Like keys and whatnot. Sophian has an extra... Oh yeah, that's right. Annette was like training everything. It's nice that all of the chest keys work for, you know, all of the chests.
Yeah?
Alright, well, apparently I don't know where things get spawned in. Oh, we spawned Laurens.
If Flame were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now.
I don't know what the plot is, but apparently Flame is missing.
Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away?
Do we think Flame could have run away? Do you remember who Flame is?
Yeah. I think she might have run away.
If that is the case, it is unlikely that we will find her anywhere in the monastery. It would seem that you're It's a shame I am not in your class.
Okay, okay. Also, supports. Annette and Sylvian. Oh, no.
Hey, Annette, hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Oh, shut up. Oh, wait, I can swear now. Shut up, you fucking man whore.
Could you keep quiet?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in
The
this
only
line
thing
here,
that's
the
wrong
magical
with
energy
me
should...
building.
No, that's not right.
I like the idea that Annette said basically the same thing you did, but like
You're even
nicer.
cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Shut the fuck
Look
up.
at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean,
the whole
it's
thing.
written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the
Oh,
first
the
time.
four secret nerd.
Okay, now that I look at it, wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
Sounds like
And what's
school.
your take on this part here?
Yes, it sounds like a Wizard of the Coast take on banding.
It's just describing another application for the same formula. This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say.
Does Annette have
Strong and
an
smart
emblem?
without even trying.
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cool in the
What is wrong with you?
Hey,
Too
I
so
just
much.
got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that.
Wink, wink.
He's secretly a D&D nerd.
It might be tough,
Yes.
but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish
Believe
this
in you,
whole book
Annette.
before sundown.
I don't know about that part.
Okay, so if we look at our roster, if we look at Annette,
Yeah, she's a crest. But what about Sylvian?
Sylvan has a
He also has
crest.
a crest. It's not like the two of them, like, because I know some of the characters don't have crest, but they're like, I have to work harder because I don't have a crest.
Most people have some sort of a crest.
Yeah. Oh. All the people I call my children don't have crests.
Children don't have crests.
Not my fucking thing.
Oh, Ash and Catherine. I've not completed the paralogue necessary to deepen this bond.
You might need to talk to her.
Maybe.
Hi there, Ash. Here to do some reading as well, I take it? Ash?
Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town?
Huh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
Not
This is the
too
first time
long.
I've heard their
Apologies
voices.
for startling you.
So
Well-
it's compressed like
Book for you to be
Xbox.
so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Yeah, maybe I should get Discord Nitro if I'm going to be streaming stuff.
Oh, it's quite an old book.
It's fine.
One of the really old legends of Fargus.
I'm just hoping that my voice isn't
It must be
compressed
the
like
sword
that
of
too.
Python then, yes?
Eh,
Oh, so you know it.
Oh yes, I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book. The tale of the warrior Kaifon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Luke to become king. He went to great lengths to see things through.
Exactly. I love the image of him charging forward into the fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Indeed, he was the very picture of the perfect knight.
he's the very
In my
picture of the
opinion,
perfect...
The best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
You could say it was the very model of a major... of a modern
Major
major
general.
general.
I love that song because it
The
basically
part
means
about the
you
war
basically
and the
like I can do
Eagles Eye?
everything except
That's
lead
my
an
favorite
army.
part. In a flash, Kaifon's sword flew from its scabbard. The knight parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kaifon's blade
From his
hummed like the
spine,
wind,
damn.
slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like.
Doesn't decimate mean like to remove 10%?
Let me Google.
Decimate.
I never
Oh.
grow weary of that tale. The
No,
pinnacle
look it
of
up. I think
knighthood
that's actually
with
what
all
it
its
means.
struggles and glory.
Decimate definition: to kill, destroy, or remove a large percentage or part of. Historical: to kill 1 in every 10 of a group of soldiers or others as a punishment for the whole group.
Yeah, because I know that. Was it like decimation web in Magic?
I know just what you mean. I never get tired of it.
Yeah.
Gets a player to like 1/10 of the way killed. It deals 2 damage, puts 1 infect, mills them for 6.
Damn.
Some people laugh at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them. I'm glad to find someone who shares my enthusiasm.
I'm glad of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
You have fantastic taste. That story is another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love to. Yes, let's.
That's really sweet.
Felix, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Time for our tactics lecture. You'll be there, won't you?
Those things are such a waste of time.
Nonsense. You're going to be there.
Must I?
Why is this such a chore? You went last time. Though you did all you could to disrupt things, as I recall. Brazenly rambling on about clear-cutting a nearby forest to secure a marching route. And attacking an enemy base, stealing their horses. You were incredibly disruptive, and even rude.
I was offering my honest opinion.
Then, you left before we were finished. What do you suppose happened after that?
I have no idea.
Well, the conversation got quite lively. You began breaking down the viability of your somewhat maniacal plan. And apparently, similar tactics have been used to turn the tides of historic battles.
That may be an exaggeration. Successful armies must be able to handle unexpected situations. That starts with weapon mastery and creative tactics.
Like the creative
You have
tactics.
so much battlefield experience. You wouldn't be capable of such unique strategies. Which is why we need people like you. People who
You
think
know when we
creatively
discovered that
to lead
Felix
the
can
army.
hit like a truck?
Now you're just massaging my ego.
Sorry, what?
That when we discovered that Felix can hit like a truck in battle?
Oh, yes.
When
That
have
was
you ever
funny.
minded? We need you there. Just come on.
I just remember that there's a reason why we're the teacher. Oh. Spotless bandage probably belongs to someone who is slacking on their training.
Where could Flame have gone? Do you think she's really been kidnapped? I hear Tomas had been going around but he's probably... Though it wasn't just Flame. He was asking about you and Captain Gerald, too. Someone lost this? Some people just don't appreciate what they have.
Her little speech there makes it very funny when she's lost something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's see. When I consider how Seth must be feeling, my heart breaks. We must find Flame as soon as possible. There are no
Yeah,
signs of
so
her
why are we
having
staying
left
here?
the monastery, but we cannot
Oh.
safely rule out any possibility just yet. I'm
What if she
wasting
just fell
precious
asleep?
time standing about trying to think of a solution. I'll survey the monastery and see what information I can gather. There must be someone who has a clue as to Flane's whereabouts. Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
You check their room or other places they might spend time.
Check the room
I've
first,
heard the
and then.
monastery is full of secret paths. If there is no sign of Flane's departure, whatever has happened.
Edelgard!
Flame is missing. We should split up and search for her. There isn't
Why are
a
you
moment
wearing
to
shrimp
waste.
as a
We must
necklace?
find her before it's too late.
Because it's fashion.
Flane's gone missing. Where could she be?
If it were an ordinary kidnapping, you'd think there'd be a demand for ransom or something by now. I don't like the sound of this.
I bet Flame ran away. She couldn't stand being held back by Seth any longer. I can empathize. I know what it's like to have an overbearing big brother.
Is her brother here at the?
Oh, you found it! Thank you. Never seen that thing before.
Apparently Hilda's been slacking on her training. She had the spotless bandage.
Is Hilda, her brother, does he go here to this academy?
I have no idea.
I don't want to Google it, or else I get spoiled again.
Yep, probably would get spoiled. There's lots of spoilers.
Is something the matter? I see. So, I will do what I... It seems that you are a bit suspicious of me. Might I ask your
Thank you,
reasons?
Thomas. The only Thomas that I've ever met that spelled their name the way you know.
What's up? You're hard to hear.
Thomas is the only character that time I've ever met someone named Thomas who spelled their name correctly.
As opposed to Thomas.
Yeah.
So what do we tell him? Why are we suspicious about him? Because he's asking about Flame, or because he's asking about our father?
Because he was asking about her father.
It has been 2 decades since I last knew Gerald, yet he looks nearly identical to my memory of him. It is only natural to be curious, don't you think? I assure you,
No, it's
there is
totally
nothing
anime.
more to it than that.
Called being a dill.
There have been a lot of rumors swirling around lately about a Death Knight who kidnaps people from the nearby town. You don't think Flame was, you know, do you?
Where's that one guy that's always grumpy? I don't believe so.
And whether the rumors are true or not.
Where's that one teacher that's always grumpy? The guy with platinum blonde hair.
Probably in the
I can't
teacher's
believe
quarters.
Flame just disappeared.
Huh?
I don't like it one little
My
bit.
son!
Oh,
My
are you here to see
son!
someone?
You, my
Annalise
son!
and Shamir and all the knights are gonna head into town soon.
My son! I love you!
I don't know who the...
I can only imagine how worried Sedith must be, but isn't mobilizing the entire order of knights a bit excessive? I was originally assigned to investigate those reports of the Death Knight in the town near Garreg Mach. When I think how many more victims that dastard might claim while we're all busy searching for Flame. I'm sorry, that was insensitive. We're all under a lot of stress right now. It's important that we find her quickly.
Let's see.
I think she might have ran away and then got kidnapped.
It's
If
possible.
she's not here.
If Flane has been taken hostage, then we know she is alive. At least for now. There would be no point to abducting her
Hubert-
if simple murder was
Herbert,
the objective.
Hubert, you're
That's
suspicious.
only logical,
Because you look like a
Professor.
snake.
Is it this guy?
No, the younger guy. He was
Young
always the one
Flame's
that's always grumpy,
disappearance
not
is
the guy.
most troubling.
I think he could teach us something like about armor or fighting.
An old paper with writings about harvesting and taxation. Have you heard it's theft? Property belongs to a young noble who owns
This might be
territory.
the first time I've ever seen Seteth look so worn down. I personally think the
Whoops.
clear suspect is that miscreant from Dusker. Those people are deceptive by nature.
Yeah, this is why I don't trust you, you racist fucker. You racist son of a bitch. Racist, 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 racist. Hi, kitties. Did you see that?
I think we ate a cat.
Oh, fuck yeah. Finally, I can eat pussy.
Did you see anything? Here's another fish. Did you see anything? Here's another fish. We got a venom stone. Did you see anything?
That is interesting.
Dominic Gray. Isn't this the cat with the portrait?
Probably.
Professor?
My son?
Greetings,
My
Professor.
son!
Today, there is quite a bit to report. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning. You see? Nothing gets past this guard. I doubt it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance, but... well, better safe than sorry, I always say.
Thank you, my son. I love you!
To think that Flame would disappear like this. Seteth must be worried sick. I haven't much to go off of, and perhaps it's out of line for me to feel so uncomfortable. But something has been bothering me for a while about Gilbert. I feel as though I've met him somewhere before. I also noticed him staring intently at Annette once.
Gilbert. Trying to remember who Gilbert is.
With Sullivan?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry I'm not talking so much. I'm just tired because I slept like, what, 4 hours or less or something? Or 3?
It's all good. Don't worry.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine.
Hey!
Deal. Hey, Professor. I'd love to catch up, but I'm super...
Oh gosh, yeah, staying with family last night. And it's like, hey, you have to get up at 7 if we want to, you know, get out on time. And I can't just, you know, get to sleep at like 10 p.m. like some normal person.
Hey there, Professor. Did you want to talk?
So it's up until, I don't know, I think I was sending you Discord messages till 4 a.m.
Probably. I try to fall asleep around 9 or 10.
Professor, hi there.
Hello!
Oh, by the way, someone at my work got terminated because of possession. Reason was possession of drugs and or alcohol, or being under influence of drugs and or alcohol at the workplace.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know, because he sent a letter in the group chat for work, and basically, but he deleted it, but I still got to see it, so I didn't get to save it.
Maybe.
Why Flane? I'm sure we'll find out. Because she's special. Hey, look, we found Bernadetta. Bernie, have you seen Flane? Is Flane in there with you?
Flane's not in here.
Thanks.
I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I?
You don't have to.
Look, it's Bernie's bedroom. Look, the little teddy bear.
Thank you, Bernie.
There. See? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie. Maybe Flame just wanted to be alone for a while. Have you considered that? Come to think of it, where
I have.
is her room anyway?
Wait, where is her room? That's a good fucking question. Where is her room?
Sorry, I'm trying.
Going to some random person's room and looking at some random book gave us a lot of teacher points.
We read their diary.
We read a
No,
thing
we read
about
their notes and then
we read a
read
thing
them.
about freshwater fish.
we read their notes and then we got by correcting their mistakes.
Hey. We read their notes and now we know what to teach the rest of the class.
Right, right.
Oh, hello.
Oh my.
Hi.
One small girl who's gone astray has caused all this. We cannot let this stand. You must do all you can to find out where she's gone. Now ask around to see what information you can find. Come
That's
now,
what we've been
no
doing,
time to
bitch.
waste.
Okay.
Flame in our
No. She's Seth's little sister, remember?
Well, I know, but she could still be a student.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
Or
Oh, there is someone up here.
Him, that's the blonde teacher. Wait, no, that's Catherine. The blonde teacher is usually near Felix. Remember
Did you
that.
hear about Flane?
The guy teacher.
It's just one. Some of the lower ranked knights are searching.
Twists and turns. I'm still wondering where all of that amiibo stuff went off to. It's supposed to be around the courtyard. Maybe it's just, like, all those amiibos just gave, like, lost things.
Beautiful day.
Hey, Ferdinand.
Vanishing into thin air. It is like something out of a book.
If it were a book, we would have no need to worry. She would be rescued presently by a dashing nobleman. Do you have any idea as to where she might have wandered off to?
Do you have any idea?
Perhaps she likes to sweet news.
Perhaps she went looking for sweets?
That is what I thought. Why I am here, in fact. But she is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, right, we also check the cathedral. Oh, hello, big man.
We have to check the drawers, did you say? We have to check the drawers to find her?
If someone really
Cathedral!
I'll never
Yes.
forgive them. Now that I think about it, I saw Aloise hanging out by the pond not too long ago. He was always getting into trouble for trying to talk to Flame, you know? It's probably a crazy thought, but I'm starting to worry.
Who got in trouble? Who got in trouble for trying to speak to Flame?
Aloise.
Oh. Why would they get in trouble?
You're looking for
I
Flame's
don't know.
kidnapper. I can't say anything for sure, but I do have suspicions about Yaritza. There's something about how he's handling his blade lately. It seems more impulsive than usual. It couldn't hurt to try speaking with him at least. At this hour, I think you'll find him sparring with Catherine at the training grounds.
Cool. We found Catherine. We didn't find anyone with her.
Where's the teacher that wears the mask? The guy teacher that...
Ow! Ingrid just about slapped the teeth out of my head. All I did was suggest that Flame might have eloped.
Yeah. Quite an insensitive joke.
Insensitive? I was just exploring possibilities.
No, you fucking man whore. Did you lose anything?
Professor! The monastery has been turned upside down. I wonder if we're still going to have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion next month. It's a yearly tradition, but with things the way they are right now, it's hard to imagine. At any rate, I hope they find Flame soon.
Flame? No, I haven't seen her. She's been abducted. Oh, you're looking for her. Sorry, my mind was somewhere else. I just recently learned she has a crest. Did you know that, Professor? If it was a particularly rare crest, I could imagine Professor Hanneman would have quite an intense interest in her. Oh, no, I'm not accusing Professor Hanneman of abducting Flame.
Yes, you are. One of the teachers are missing, and I don't like that.
I mean, there's only like, what, 3 teachers?
I've only ever spoken to Flame
Yeah,
a
and
handful of times.
the guy with the
She always
mask
seems so
that's
naive
like
about the
growing
ways of the
grumpy.
world. I'm worried about her.
Do you have feelings?
What makes you say that? This is hardly the time for teasing, you know.
Sorry, I spoke to the man whore, I mean Sylvian.
Do you really think Flame was kidnapped?
There was a security guard at the college named Mercedes. There must be another explanation.
Do you think she ran off on her own? That doesn't put me any more at ease.
What the fuck do you want me to say?
Flame was childless.
Hey!
Is that what you are thinking? And the villain is inside our monastery? I must have admittance. One person has been catching my eye. Shamir is a knight not like other knights. Her movements are being reminders of... No. They remind me of warriors of Brigid. Before she was here, what was she getting up to?
People can have jobs before they become bad people. People can have to do bad things sometimes.
Hey, Professor, have you seen Manuela? I saw her running off somewhere in a terrible hurry. I wonder if it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance. Do you know, Professor? Oh, yes. Didn't you know? She was the senior diva in our opera company.
Yeah, she seems like a diva.
I do find you very...
Also, milk.
Alright.
Professor!
Student.
Saw him. A knight wielding a gigantic scythe. He was just like the rumors say. All covered in jet black armor. It was the Death Knight. Just know it. You don't think he has something to do with Flame's disappearance, do you?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Okay. So, which button? This button. Okay, so we have to go back down here to find more notes. To try to re-find her. So I think I just about passed out a couple of times there.
You okay?
Hey there, Professor.
Just tired.
What? Me? Abduct Flame? You can't really believe I did that.
Did you find anything in the pond?
Well, this may sound silly, but I was too scared to even look. I couldn't bear the thought of finding her in its depths.
Okay, so we went to the pond just to see if she was there, but didn't actually look.
What brings you
Shamir.
here? I'm taking a break. Is this about Flame? You find me suspicious.
No, I don't. Where did you come? Where were you coming from before the monastery?
I was somewhere else, fighting. Is that a problem?
Huh,
No.
that's exactly what we were doing.
But that hardly links me to Flame's disappearance.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Today,
Hi,
there is
hi,
a
my
you
son.
see?
Yeah, because the one masked individual, the professor wore a mask.
Hey,
What
Herman.
was his
Nice to
name?
meet you. What's up? Dusting for prints. Here, you like this book that I just
Jaritza?
found?
Was his name Jaritza?
What?
The one teacher. Jaritza, or whatever. He always wore a mask.
Young Flame's disappearance. What? Who would suspect me? You know what? I'll tell you who. A fool. That's who.
Have you already investigated her thoroughly?
Alas,
Is there a way to...
Seth would
yeah.
never allow that. However,
Yeah, it's fine.
while Flame's major crest of Sethlene is rare, there are others who possess it.
Okay.
I don't know if she ran off or got kidnapped or what. I just know that Flame's in trouble. That's it. I can't keep sitting around. I gotta go find her. And where do I start?
Have we already given out all the lost things?
No.
I don't know if that's it. And where do I
We have a lot of lost items.
What's this?
Yeah, because I've been noticing that you weren't like talking to people about them.
What's this? What's this? What's this?
Yeah, I don't know who owns what lost stuff.
Mm.
Flame, I just... If it was... Oh, no. That's not mine. That's not... That's not... That's not... That's not... That's not... That's not...
What? Oh, by the way, new episodes of The Owl House are out.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, wait, you haven't seen Owl... Oh, that's right, you haven't seen Owl House. You'd love it.
I can't believe Flame just disappeared.
Hi, my son.
Like it one little... Oh, our Aloise and...
Oh, do we give him the note?
The note.
Someone
Yes.
wrote a love letter.
Thanks, Professor.
You are my son. It's like the instead of the you are my dad, boogie woogie woogie. You are my son. You're my son. Boogie woogie woogie.
Reflecting on it now, she appears young, yet there's something about her that seems much older than her years suggest. And she's quite wise, but also surprisingly naive.
Yeah, she what do you call that? She got that from what you call trauma. She lived a sheltered life.
You might be right. Whatever the case, Sedith seems to care for her more than anything. What?
What?
Whoa.
What is it good for? Down.
Miss Flane's whereabouts are unknown. Pray she is safe. We do not seem to have any leads at present.
Camera.
I'm the suspects, am I?
What?
His eyes are up there.
Your suspicions to rest.
That's
Do you
better.
know of my, let's call it, unique
Well, I mean, one of
situation?
his heads is down there.
Do you know of Gilbert's unique situation?
Do you mean Annette?
I was once a knight, in service to the Fargus royal family. If Ingrid believes she saw me before, it was likely in Ferdiad, the kingdom capital. Annette is... she is my... but no. I would appreciate it, Professor, if you would ask no more.
You were bad! You...
No, that just... No, that... No.
One of them belong to him?
No, that...
One of the lost items.
Did one of them belong to him? It sounded like he got, like...
Yes.
Happy.
Yeah, he had the silver necklace. Hey.
Because of Flane's disappearance, all of the knights are searching non-stop. But we haven't found a single lead. Sedith's face is getting paler by the minute. It's hard to watch. What's that? You're looking for Manuela? Well, I did pass by her earlier. She was carrying something. A mask of some sort.
Jair's mask?
I'm not close to the guy, so I can't say for sure.
Jair's was wearing the mask, remember?
You could be right.
There is no Juretza, it's actually just Manuela in a mask.
How did he hire massive biddies?
It's such a memorable mask that you don't notice anything else.
I like his mask, thank you very much.
It's a mask, but it says like my eyes are up here. So you look up and above her and you never notice the anything below the mask.
Yeah. Green. I will find her, I swear it.
That is all I can ask. Please, lend me your aid. She would never have left the monastery of her own volition. Why is there not a trace of her to be found? She would never...
Maybe it was one of the teachers, and like there's like teachers like, hey, can you follow me? And they go, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to... I'm sorry to...
Oof. Alright, let's see if Ashe has anything to say.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe Boo Boo. I can't do a good Yogi Bear.
Maybe Boo Boo. Unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, you get what I was going for.
I heard something like this happened last year, too.
Oh gosh,
Neither the culprit nor the missing student were ever found last time. Some people say it was the work of evil spirits.
then it could be the same culprit.
I thought the same. Could they?
One thing to keep in mind, if I'm going to Montreal for like search and stuff, gonna be staying there, there is a very real chance that if I do go and try to play Magic with someone, we might not be able to speak the same language. They might only French, while I only English.
Oh, I never thought about that.
But I'm
Montreal's in Quebec, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Some of the what? What would make you suspect him?
Jeza?
Yeah, Jeriza.
Oh, Jeriza. The mask.
I see. Huh. 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 Not mine.
Eh.
Impressive. Nice work.
Yo, I can't believe that
Where
we
is
haven't
Jeriza?
started watching The Owl House yet. You'd love it. It's cute.
I know, there's lesbians in it. I know that.
Actually, the main character is bi and also non-binary.
I know, but I know there's also a lesbian in it.
Yes, there is a lesbian in it.
Dear
That's
goddess, hear my prayer. Please watch over.
Aww.
May I ask a favor?
Sure.
What's this? What's? Yes, this. What's this? What's this? What's this?
Oh, I see a thing.
Oh. We also have to look through the temple, don't we? Because Dimitri asked us to.
Need something? See you again soon.
I mean, apparently we already did Dimitri's thing. We just have to go and report.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for your help. What? Professor Manuela ran off with Professor Euritza's mask? I have a bad
With
feeling about
Euritza.
this.
Okay.
We must find them both at once.
Yeah, Professor Jaretsa.
Professor Euritza will be at the training grounds or his quarters. I believe the latter can
Yeah,
be found on the
isn't
eastern
it?
side of the Knight's Hall.
Let's go back down here. Let's get the horse drugs. Now they have the horse drugs. Let's go all the way back.
I didn't mean to trouble you.
Oh.
No. Finish all the other quests.
The month will end if we do this.
Oh. How many weeks do we have left in this month?
Quite
All
a
of them.
few. We have a lot going on for the rest of the month.
Yeah, let's not do that. Wait, save, and then we won't do that, just in case.
Professor.
No saving, only Zool. So yeah, we can wait until like the last weekend of the month and then go in and do it, and it's all the same.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So, sorry, Sylvain, we know where your sister is, but we're gonna wait 3 weeks so we don't waste a month looking for her.
Yeah, it's like police.
Head chief.
Ooh. What?
Wait, let's see what the special is. Who wants special?
Cyril. Cyril.
Okay, who else?
Felix.
Feel like, remember, this increases motivation and increases the connection of the two people we use it on. Increases
Okay.
motivation, so Ingrid or Catherine would be good choices.
Okay. Then, Ingrid.
Share a meal with Seal and Ingrid?
Sure.
This is so good. Can I have seconds?
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying my favorite food.
Alright, now head chief. Who do we want to cook with?
Is Bernie in our group? Wait, no, how about Duduri? Or Ash? Or Mercedes?
I think all 3 of them are in our group.
Okay, Ash.
Okay. Plus 3 HP, plus 1 magic, plus 2 dexterity, plus 1 speed, luck. Defense plus 1 sounds useful. Resistance sounds useful. Oh!
Defense?
Dex, speed,
Oh, that was
and
good.
defense.
Yeah, that's good.
You want some defied fish?
Fish. Defiled fish.
I love to cook. What are we making today?
Oh gosh, watch this, watch. Little Ash uses fire magic.
I have a lot of experience in the kitchen. I can make just about anything.
Ash, you're supposed to put the fire below the pan, not necessarily on the pan.
Or in it.
Okay, what do we want to do with the last couple of points? We could go and like...
Garden.
What is up?
Garden.
We did gardening.
Oh, okay.
We
Fishing.
go... Okay, we can fish.
Get the rainbow fish.
Yeah, no. Done.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not rainbow, but it is still gold. We got a goldfish.
Yay!
Snack
We got a
that
carp.
smiles back.
Goldfish. It's good that we caught the goldfish because carp is an invasive species.
Carp is an invasive species?
Yeah, carp is an invasive species.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why is that guy looking so sad at the water? The one student. Wait, Why is he looks? He's staring at the water. Ooh, we can go more fishing. He looks so sad.
Probably just thinking about life and your job prospects after you finish at college like this.
Hello there.
Yeah.
This one, yes?
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing in Hub?
This one, yes?
Probably learning from Terry's not there anymore.
I think this one, yes?
Yeah, like what kind of job could you possibly have after something like this?
I thank you. This one, yes? I thank you. Return soon, please.
Alrighty, time to do a bit more fishing. We have to be as efficient as possible. Wink, wink.
What?
We got a golden fish on like a 1-star bait.
That's nice.
Did I mention there's like a 1-hour speedrun of this game?
I think you have.
Woo. So what's up? How's life? How's things?
Oh, my dad's back from the hospital.
Oh, that's good. Is he good?
I think so. He's healing.
Healing is good.
Yep.
Yeah,
when you're going through your surgery, you should also have your gallstones removed at the same time.
I cannot hear any of that.
When you go in to get your surgery, you should ask to get your gallstones removed at the same time.
Oh god. Yeah, going, it's like, oh, by the way, I have this like gallstone issue. Can you also operate up here?
Move everything at the same time. You know, gallstones is also removing. They have to remove your gall. That is also a major surgery that takes a month to recover from. At least my dad will take a month to.
Oh god, yeah, just. Oh gosh, just go in for all the surgeries at once. Get my breasts enlarged. Get my voice surgery. Get what's that surgery? Stomach tied? Whatever.
Tummy tuck.
No, not a tummy tuck, but there's a thing that they do to like remove most of your stomach.
The lap band.
Yeah, get one of those put in as well.
There's lap band. There's also ones that just like some of them like pose like more risk than others, and depending on who you are, you could decide which one you want to do. There's some are more permanent than others, which is not necessarily a big thing.
Yeah. Although I will say I've been doing a great job losing weight. Once I decide to turn it into numbers. Who would have thought that if I just worked the numbers, everything would be fine?
I don't understand that, but I don't know, man. I don't know, my girl.
I've been counting calories. I've been like looking through like foods. It's like, okay, 30 grams is 100 calories. So I like measure out like the grams that I'm going to be eating and then do the calculations. Keep it written down in a book. Like, okay, today I've eaten 510 calories. My cap is like 2,000. Soft cap at 2,000, more of a hard cap at 2,200.
2,000 is about how much I burn every day.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't do anything physical, I burn like 2,700. So if I eat...
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, so if I do nothing and eat 2,200 calories, I'm still burning supposedly, 500 calories a day.
Yeah, but it also depends on your
Yes?